good morning, good afternoon, USA. I think most of the US is in the afternoon region of time. And if this is Europe, then it's good evening. If this is Asia, then it might be good night. And so on and so forth. I think Australia, New Zealand, pretty much similar time perhaps. And Africa, also good evening. Thank you for being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the live. Today we're having a snow day, and I know some of you like to see both the kitty cats as well as the snow. And look at this. The snow is actively falling. I know I've done a live before where I showed the snow actively falling. I don't know if you can make it out, but yes, it is actively falling. If I zoom in on the tree, which has, of course, a brown bark, then perhaps you can see that the snow is falling lightly. I was told by the internet that it won't be more than an inch because my car is actually parked outside and it's getting covered in the snow. But here we are. Here we are. I'll let you enjoy the quiet. All is quiet. The silent, quiet, snow falling time. Our chairs. So from the chairs, I can sort of make out how much has fallen. I don't think it's too much actually still. Like last time when we got snow around Christmas time, as in this same season, that is, I had to kind of go dig out my car quite a bit. And it was a little bit not the most enjoyable just because it stayed very cold. So as I am, scraping the snow and getting it out, I got very, very cold. And the bummer was that I was actually sick around then. No, it was actually before. I think it was before Christmas, actually. It was even sooner, maybe we got snow. And that snow, I think, was still there for Christmas, is what happened. Hi, Gurjar. Hello. Gurjar Harsh is saying, Happy USA. Hi, Pyari sister. Thank you. Hello. Thank you for joining. Thank you for liking. Thank you for joining the live. Thank you for liking. Appreciate you being here. I was just chatting about the snow and how when we got snow in December, it stayed on the ground for a while. In fact, I got in a little bit of trouble. Yesterday, I got a violation notification from my city saying that I should have shoveled the sidewalk. I live in a shared building, so we all kind of did not know this was happening, and they were going to take care of it. But yes, even that can happen in the Boston area. Apparently, I am in some sort of during the Christmas time, I did not shovel our sidewalk, and I didn't know that I was supposed to. So anyways, there is that. But yeah, I was talking about the kitty cats and the snow, and I showed you guys the snow when we got it in December. And some people really liked it. So here we are showing it to you again. And here is Baji Baba. How are you guys doing? Yay. Harsh says, I'm fine. And KO. Okay, perfect. How is everybody else doing? Thank you for joining. Hi. Hi, Baji. So Baji actually likes the quiet, snowy days. He has been Family Nice YouTube. Thank you. He likes the the peaceful, quiet time. It's, look at that view. You can enjoy some of this snowfall as well. If I zoom in, I think I have some neighbors that are a little bit strict about all the rules and regulations. But indeed, so this is something pan back to Baji. Of course, yes, here you go. So, oh, there you go. You can see the snow as well as him. Oh, Hey says, pan back to Baji. Hi, welcome. Cade says, does he go in the snow? He does not. He's strictly indoor because we do have coyotes in this neighborhood. I know because I've even seen one. I saw a coyote cross the street with me once. So no, indeed the kitty cats do not go outside at all. Oh my god, he's such a baby, says, hey, thank you. Loafed up little cutie he is. He is in a loaf. He is in a loaf right now. Mr. Baji. Yeah, so even though I'm in a very urban area, like I'm not even in a suburb, I would say it's in the urban Boston area. Like Boston area has a bunch of suburbs that probably have even more coyotes, I imagine. But I'm actually very close to Boston. And indeed, I have seen coyotes. And also, I'm not comfortable with them going outside. It's not that easy either. It's cold and yeah, a bunch of, problems with outside. You don't want him to. I know, right? Thank you, God. Thank you, universe. We don't want any such things for sure. I think Baji would be able to climb a tree and everything like that, but I wouldn't want him to have to deal with coyotes and stuff like that. And even in Ohio, where I used to live, um, and Baji wasn't born yet. Kate says I have an orange cat. Oh, nice. Good job, orange cat. Orange cats have a lot of attitude, right? You should say more about your orange cat as we keep chatting. So, even in Ohio, I lived sort of near a farm at one point, and I absolutely saw coyotes. So I've just never really been comfortable with the whole outdoor thing for the kitty cats. And there's Fuji, and I was shocked that there was a coyote here in the Boston area as well. And I saw it from pretty close up, so it was a little frightening. But here we are. Here's Baji. I'm actually going to be making some coffee and getting cozy, so I'll let you guys just kind of hang out here. And I'll be around. I'll be over here as well. And I just wanted to go for a spontaneous sort of live, just because I've been doing my physics night lives as well. So there's probably going to be more of that, maybe tonight or tomorrow. But this is my spontaneous kitty cat and snow live. So enjoy. Enjoy, enjoy. I'm trying to get the coffee table up over here. I have an orange cat. My cat isn't up here right now. Okay, awesome. Hello again to Cade. Look, Baji, you have a new friend, Cade. Aw. Yay. I think you can see sort of what is happening here. There is Baji and there is you. Okay, I'm gonna continue with my coffee making and all of that while we hang out and chat, okay? Thank you. You can hear the coffee sounds. It'll be like a soothing, relaxation, take a nap type of live. Take a nap with Kitty Cats live. Oh wow, the wind is blowing, and so let me show you. The wind is blowing, and so the snowing sort of thing kind of picked up. Kid. Oh no. Kid says, "Where did you go?" Hi Fuji. You woke him up. Oh no. See how the wind is blowing more? Or maybe it's snowing more. Maybe it's snowing more. There you go. Back to Baji. Little Baji. I'm doing the dishes too. Here. In fact, what I could do is put you. Oh gosh. Put you. Wait, what is happening right now? Sorry. Right here. Can see him more better like. No, that's not good. Okay, that didn't work. Sorry. That did not work. That didn't work. Hello, Baji. Hello. Hello. Baji Baji. Baji Baba is a good Baba. Baji Baba is a relaxed Baba. Hi, Fuji. Fuji Baba is not a relaxed Baba. He's currently helping me to do the dishes. Relaxation is not in his nature. He likes to cuddle in the morning, but then he likes to be very busy all day. He does. Hello, welcome. Baji Baba. Baji Baba's eyes are closing because Baji Baba. Hi, Fuji Baba. Fuji Baba is wide awake. Thank you, universe, giving me so much support in the kitchen. Because Fuji Baba needs a lot of kitchen work, collaboration opportunities. Yes, Fuji. Oh, and he does not like kisses in the kitchen because he's working. He's working. Fuji. Do you have 3D printed dragon? Because I have two of them. One is blue and green and blue is rainbow. Do you draw? Oh my gosh, yes! I do. I paint actually. I love painting. Actually, I haven't painted in a while. I should paint more. To be honest, there's a few hobbies of mine that I need to pick up again. Painting is one of them. I'm not a big drawer. I mean, you do have to draw when you start painting, right? But but I like painting more. Like colors, paint, putting a lot of paint on canvas. I like that. And oh my gosh, look at that roof. That tells you about the snow. So, hi Fuji. He wants to do the dishes with me. I already finished them, Fuji. Baby. Fuji Babu, have you had your lunch? Yes. Have you had a snack? Yes. That's about it for now. Flowey Babu. Shona Baba. Okay. Good job. Look at Baji. He has been in loaf mode. Not really. Pretty much just kind of minding his own business. Just kind of minding his own business. I'm a fan of trains. Oh, wow. Trains, planes, and automobiles. That is a thing. Actually, I really like to travel in a train. Especially, I've only done like shorter distances, but I like trains a lot. Because I don't have to drive and I can see all of the scenery. Pass me by. Pass me by. much the snowfall. It's nice. Baji Baba. Baji Baba is really sweet. Look at this baby. Look at this baby. My favorite train is the Amtrak. Of course. Dang, a day stream? I know, right? I'm doing a coffee, snowy, kitty cat day stream. Because it's Saturday, right? I thought maybe there will be people who might want to hang out on Saturday. Also, it's a snowy... Look at this. It's snowing. So because it's snowing, I'm like, I don't want to go outside. I don't want to deal with my car covered in snow. I don't even want to do the gym today. So here we are. Indeed, we are. Indeed, we are at home watching beautiful snowfall quietly gravitating towards the earth. and hanging out with the kitty cats, the babas, and drinking some coffee, eating some moon pie. Let me show you my afternoon. My afternoon. Look at this. Some moon pie. I just came out of the snow. Some coffee. Some Baji, Fuji, Suji. Now, Suji, I think, is cuddling upstairs. But here's Baji. Here's Baji's tail. Hi, Baji. Hi, Baji's tail. Oh, that's right. Even my pies are from the moon. So I believe in the moon landing, guys. Oh, Baji, come, Baji. Sit. Sit with Mama. It's okay. Sit. Sit down, baby. It's okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. We had a static electricity flow between Baji and my fingers. We had a static electricity flow from your fingers. From my fingers to your coat of fur. He just wants to... look at him. He just wants to cuddle. So Baji wants to cuddle. Suji's upstairs cuddling in the bedroom. Fuji wants to work in the kitchen. And we are over here. More moon talk is coming. Well, the moon people are not here yet. I think I'll go live again tonight. And the moon people will be found at that time. But pretty much, the moon people are simplemente not here yet. The people who don't believe in the moon landing and such. But in order to encourage more knowledge of the moon, I'm even eating a moon pie. And whatnot. I think last night, I might have even dreamed of a moon or I think I was dreaming about Venus. I had a Venusian dream last night. Something about the planets was very important and it stayed with me. This morning I was thinking about the planets again. And there was something with the moon and Venus and Earth. Something happened in my dreams. I can't quite recall what it was. Oh yeah, I think somebody left a comment, I think it was Heikki probably from Finland, who said that the moon is from Venus. We had discovered how in that book, from that book that we were reading, that, you know, something might have collided with Earth, which was, which also had an iron core, and then because of differentiation, chemical differentiation, where the heavier things sink to the center, and lighter things come up. Basically, this differentiation thing happened, and the cores kind of merged, and the part that came up then was ejected out as the moon, which started to then rotate around the Earth. It became Earth-centered. So all this, talk, all this discussion that we had, as well as the moon landing. And then recently I was thinking about planets in a different context as well, how, the different planets have different years, of course, so to speak. The Venusian year is different from the Earth year versus the Jupiter year versus the Mercury year. Mercurial. How mercurial. Things like that. And then I'm even dreaming about the planets now. So that's the story there. That's all. And here's Baji. And there's the snow. So you said you're jealous of the snow. Right, because you live in New Mexico. That's just my guess. It's a guess. It's also a state I've never been to. I believe now that I have 17 states left. In fact, I want to talk about these states. So I've never been to Oregon. That's a big one for me at this time. Because, okay, actually, somebody told me yesterday, it was a friend of mine that we were all hanging out with. Like, we were all hanging out, some friends. And I think they said The west coast of the US is just California, Washington, and Oregon. It's only 3 states. Am I correct in this, Doro? Oregon, whoa, as long as you don't go to Portland, you're fine. Oh my gosh, what do you mean? This friend is from Portland. So if I go to Oregon, probably I would want to go to Portland. I mean, I think they're from the outskirts of Portland, but yeah, I've never been to Portland. I've never been to Oregon. Is it bad? Explain, elaborate on the Portland thing. I thought Portland was an exciting place. Is it not? Is it too exciting? Are you serious? Portland is gangland. Well, I don't know, Doro. I have only been to California. I have not been to Washington and Oregon. I don't know about every state of these United States of America. So let me tell you about the 17 states that are remaining, okay? And well, I thought that Oregon should be beautiful. Doesn't it have like this really excellent national parks and stuff like with the lake and whatnot? So I want to do that. And then Portland is probably a main city that I can fly into. So I wasn't going to avoid it. I don't know. That was probably the plan for me. Well, I haven't made the plan yet, but I do want to do Oregon. It's missing on my current list. So I have 17 states left to go for visiting in this country. I'm going to count, okay? And you can help me. I mean, it's no good to live in fear. But yeah, Portland has been getting worse. However, yes, Oregon is beautiful. I loved going there for work. Oregon, that is. That's what I thought. So you're saying Portland is not safe? Oh my... Actually, you know what? Somebody had mentioned something. Now that I'm recollecting... Sometimes I do a bad job of remembering bad things. So I think someone did mention something about Portland. Like they went into the downtown and they didn't feel safe to walk around or something. I can't relate because touch wood, I'm in Boston where definitely you can walk around. And thank you to the universe for that. And I hope it remains that way. So I found it to be very strange. I was like, what do you mean? You can just walk around like... I can walk around like 2 in the morning and not really care. You know what I mean? But I did notice that a lot of people when they visit Boston always comment on how it's really clean and nice. I actually went on record as forbidding a work trip to Portland at my organization. Small crime is practically legal there. What? Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying Boston is perfect. There have been issues here too. But for the most part, just like walking around and stuff in the neighborhoods of Boston or, you know, even when it's kind of dead at night, you got food, you got drinks. No, I'm lucky. I think I really like Boston, and I forget that not every city is, you know, might have that same vibe. It's just me saying there's so much of it, but yeah, I don't know. Every city is different. It's definitely dangerous, I guess. Yeah, like I would say after dark in a sort of like a state park type of thing is super dangerous, right? Sometimes I've gone hiking and it's gotten kind of dark and I thought that was creepy, like to go back to my car. But thankfully, for the most part, it was fine. So it really just depends on the situation. and whatnot. But wow, interesting. I mean, interesting feedback on Portland. Good to know. I really have not. I don't know. I don't know what it's like. So it's just me saying there's so much of it. I think the East Coast and West Coast are very different. I don't know. Yeah. There's so many states. So yeah, we count like there were so many, there's like 13 states on the East Coast, and then there's only like 3 on the West Coast, and in the middle there's all these states that are like kind of big and empty. So all right, so here are the states I have not done. Oregon. I have not been to Oregon, okay? Washington. Well, no. Should I count Washington? I've been to Seattle. Flown. No. You know what? I'm going to count Washington as not been there. I have not explored enough of Washington to say that I've been to Washington. Okay, whatever. Washington, not been. Let's just get those out of the way. North Dakota, never been. South Dakota, never, ever been. No idea what these places are like, except for, I'm guessing, kind of empty. Then I've never been to Montana. I've never been to New Mexico. I've never been to Minnesota. Never been to... I've never been to, get this, I've never been to Alabama. Never been to Alabama. Never been to Arkansas. Never been to Missouri. That's 10. I'd live in Washington if I could. Super nice place. Really? But isn't Washington... I expected that Washington, Oregon, and California would be all kind of similar. Is that not the case? And, or do you mean Washington, D.C.? Because I do love D.C. a lot as well. So I've counted 10 already. I've never been to Iowa. Never been to Idaho. That's 12. Never been to... what's that place again? Oklahoma. 13. Some of these states I am less worried about. Never been, like, not as interested in, of course, obviously. But I'll still, mention them. That's 13. I've never been to Vermont, which is really bad because Vermont is near me. So I really want to fix that. I want to go to Vermont soon here because it's not far from me. I mean, because everything is close in New England. Something else that I love about here. 14 states there. Oh, I don't think I've been to Delaware. 15. I think that's the only state I'm missing on the East Coast. I might have been to Delaware. I just can't remember. So I'll count it. Never been to Delaware. What other states are there? What did I miss? I've never been to... I have the map in my head. Right now I'm not looking at it though. Hated Washington, D.C., but did meet some awesome people there from work. Awesome people. Yeah, people do work a lot there. So, I've also been to Washington, D.C. mostly for work, and then also a few fun trips as well. D.C. was one of the first, big cities that I explored as part of my college expeditions. Okay, I'm counting 15. What other states are there that are, super in the middle and I might have missed? I know I've been to Utah, I've been to Arizona, I've been to Louisiana now, I've been to Nevada. I loved Arizona. I actually thought Arizona, obviously the canyons and everything, that was just amazing. Completely different world. Utah, Arizona, Nevada, did all that. What other... I counted New Mexico. I don't know off the top of my head. Okay. That's fine. I'm counting only 15 states at this point that I have not been to. And I got some pretty big ones that I have not been to. Illinois, I've been to. Ohio, I've been to. Um, uh, Arizona was cool. Went there on a campaign earlier last year. It was such a good time. It's cool. Went there on a campaign earlier last year. Yeah. Yeah, no, I went there last year for the Grand Canyon, Antelope Canyon, all that stuff. I did like tours. So I did all that. And thanks to the tour guide who drove a lot, because I can't be driving this much. Because these states are pretty big and like you have to drive a lot to go from like one site to another. So like the tour included a bunch of sites and he's the one who's driving the whole thing. I went on like an 18-hour tour pretty much. So covered a lot, and then I also did other couple of other tours. So covered a lot just between all of that. Oh my gosh, what other states? There's probably something. I covered Montana, Hannah, Montana. I covered that. There's probably something I'm missing, which is like weird and nobody knows type of states, or something super obvious that I'm just missing right now. Because I made a list of what states I haven't been to, and I knew there were like 17 or 18 before Louisiana. Now there's 17. I want to kind of get up, but also I have Baji on my lap now, so I can't really get up. I want to kind of get up, but Baji's on my lap. Okay, Baji, can I get up for a second? Can I get up for a second to get my laptop, please? Thank you, Baji. Thank you. One momento. I need to... I'm doing... Hi, Dr. Sias. Hello. Right. Oh, sorry, Baji. I'm so sorry. I think I love theft. Okay. So, who can remind me about the 2 states I'm missing? Without knowing my... without knowing the information of what I have been to. So, I need to look at a map or it's gonna drive me crazy. 1 second. No, 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 no. La, 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 la. जिया धड़क धड़क जिया धड़क धड़क जिया धड़क धड़क जाए ला 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 La 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 na 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 la 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 la. Oh my gosh, now I see. Wyoming, number 16, I've not been to. And then, who else? Wisconsin! Did I say Wisconsin earlier? If not, I have not been there. Okay. Those are the ones. You know what? I'm gonna write them down in my notebook so that I know the states I have not been to in order of where I want to go. Vermont, Oregon, Washington, I've not been to these places yet. Maybe, I think these are like on the, these are like pretty much the biggest ones that I would like to cover that I have not covered. There's also ones I would not mind going back to, just because I did go and I loved it. Like, I would do the Grand Canyon again. I would do all of the canyons that I've been to again, just because it's great. Take some time and think about it. Oh wow, Dura Madness is moderating. Yay. Come back with some trolls that make me laugh. Hello. Yeah, I know, right? Could you guys be more funny, please, for Doro? You know, it's a boring day for him. It's a quiet live. He's trying to mod. No, he's trying to be entertained. And y'all's trolling is not that entertaining. Can you think of something a bit better, please? Please. Please. Oh my gosh! Do we have a Reese? Don't worry, Doro, the fun in here. Reese, talk about the moon. Reese and Doro. FFS. Reese, have you been hacked? What's going on? I am making a list, guys. As part of my self-care routine, I'm doing coffee and snacks and snow day and watching snowfall and Baji and cuddling and, well, I'm hanging out with Baji. I would cuddle with more kitty cats, but currently they're busy. And I'm making a list of the states that I've not been to in the United States, which are in my list that, well, which are more top of the list for me to visit. But there's also states that I've just not visited. Oh, wait a minute. I just looked at the country on the map and I've just found more states that I've not been to. Oh, shoot. You know what? Actually, there's more things. Whoops. Okay, let's make this list. Vermont is at the top of the unknown states. States not yet visited. Vermont, in order of where I want to go. Vermont, Oregon, Washington. Maybe I counted Washington earlier and I shouldn't. Montana, Wyoming, New Mexico. Montana, Wyoming, New Mexico, Montana, Wyoming, New Mexico, Idaho. I don't know if I really want to go to Idaho, but sure. Iowa, Missouri. Actually, Missouri. I think I'd go to Oklahoma, Arkansas, Wisconsin. I can't believe that I have not been to Wisconsin. Could be one of those places that I have been to, just can't remember because nothing memorable happened. What else? Oklahoma. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, Vermont, Oregon, Washington, California, Oregon, Washington. Washington, Oregon, California. Going down, Idaho, it's on my list. Nevada, been there. Arizona, done. We'll go again. Montana, on my list. Wyoming, on my list. Utah, been there. Would go again. Colorado, been there. Would do it again. New Mexico, on my list. North Dakota. North Dakota. South Dakota. On my list. Nebraska, never been. I should go and meet Warren Buffett there. Nebraska, never been. Nebraska, never been. Got it. Okay. On my list, Kansas. Kansas could also be one of those places that I've been to, but just don't remember because it's so incredibly non-memorable. Let me just put that down on my list though, because I want to be finishing it, be comprehensive. Oklahoma on my list. Texas, been there. Minnesota. I'm just going down. Minnesota, one by one. This will be a thorough list. Minnesota, not been on my list. Iowa on my list. Missouri. Wait a minute. What the frick? Oh yeah, Missouri is on my list. Never been. Arkansas on my list. Louisiana, been there. Been there recently. Mississippi. Wait, that's a state, right? Mississippi, never been. Alabama, never been. Tennessee, been there multiple times. Kentucky, done. No need to do more. Illinois, done. Although I haven't been to Chicago, would like to. Indiana, all done. No need more. Ohio, too much done. West Virginia, done. Michigan, done. Wisconsin, do I have it on my list? Yes, I do. Penn, done, of course. West. Pretty much all the northern, or sorry, the eastern states are done. Delaware, I guess I'll put Delaware. I may have been there, but I don't know. Okay, how many is that? I think that's it. I think that's it. Wisconsin, Illinois, Missouri, Arkansas, Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia. Okay. All right, what are you guys saying? Oh, we never that. Moon landing, yeah. Take a trip to Los Angeles. It's looking real good. I know. I should check on my I have relatives in Los Angeles, guys. It's not funny. It's pretty hot there. Yeah. Roof is well and truly on fire. California's situation is wild, but wow-e. The DI staffing situations that came out is insane. Didn't know they politicized their resources that much. Didn't they also dispose of a load of water reserves to save a 2-inch fish? Oh, I don't know about this. I don't know these things, guys. Going to Mississippi next week. Michigan. Thank you, Cliff. I've been to Michigan. And experienced a lot of mosquitoes, actually. They sent out a false evacuation warning to the whole of LA as well by accident. Really? That whole site iron is insane. Site iron is situation typing fast. That's cool. Thank you, Cliff. Yeah, I've been to Michigan. So I used to live in Ohio, right? So I've been to Michigan, and I had my PhD sibling used to work at Michigan State University. So, and I almost worked there myself. So I visited, I took the bus. I believe it was a bus from Detroit that I took to Lansing, Michigan, and did some lake stuff. And I don't know if it was just that time of year, but it was like so many mosquitoes. It was kind of crazy, but it was pretty. It's pretty up there. It's pretty, not bad. Yeah, I'm worried that California is so much on fire. Like, how crazy is that? And how very dangerous. And like, how are people gonna stay there, live there? I feel for the people, but the leaders there are a joke. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm like, there's so many people who live there. So, like, I do know of so many people too, though, who have moved, honestly, from California to like North Carolina. I was even told by some people who live in North Carolina, because I've like, I have people there who are like, actually, most of the properties are being bought by California people because they're moving out of there into the Carolinas, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, you know. But of course, you get the hurricanes on the East Coast, like those, especially ocean type of places. So it's getting crazy. Do you guys know, do you guys like North Carolina? It's pretty there, right? I used to live in North Carolina too. So I've lived in North Carolina, Ohio, and now here, Massachusetts. So those are my, but I've visited everything but the states that I just mentioned. So I'm really curious about your state then. NC is beautiful. It has mountains and the ocean, so many beaches. They have 4 seasons. I mean, I think Massachusetts is great too for many of the same reasons, but it's different. You know, NC has its own thing, like obviously more south versus here. And we have beaches, but not the same as like the southern beaches. And yeah, I may be biased, but I think it's pretty there. I don't know where you're from. Is it very mountainous? Are you in Colorado? Are you one of those people who are like, Colorado is the best and we have mountains and we know where we are because of the mountain that's next to me and it's the best state ever, which it is. I think Colorado is beautiful, but also probably kind of hard to live in. But I could see someone from Colorado being like, NC is just okay. Well, enjoy the plumbing in Colorado then. Enjoy the lack of plumbing, lack of it, and the skiing. The current topic is the states of the US and a kitty cat who is very excited about his snacks right now. The current topic is the United States of America and which ones we have been to and which ones we have not. Look at that. Missouri, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Penn, West Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Alabama. Yes, I said Alabama because I think that's funny. Alabama. Alabama. I think that Alabama is funny. It's funny. Okay, now I'm gonna count, guys. I have not been to Vermont. I have not been to, what is this? What is this picture? I'm gonna do the final countdown. The final countdown. I've not been to Vermont, Oregon, Washington. 1, 2, 3. Montana, Wyoming, New Mexico, Idaho, Iowa, Missouri, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Wisconsin, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Minnesota, Mississippi, Alabama, and Delaware. Have you been to Georgia? Yes, sire. Yes, madam. Yes, sir. Indeed, I have. I have been to Georgia. I've pretty much been to almost everywhere in the East Coast. So I'm done with the original settlement for the most part. A rainy night in Georgia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Have I not been to 20 states? What the frick? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Maybe I wrote some of these twice. No, I didn't. What the frick? These United States of America are extremely extra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, Reese, you're sick. That's right. How are you? Feeling a little better, hopefully. Unbelievable. I cannot believe I've not been to 20 odd states. Well, some of these might not have been in my initial list because I simply forgot about them because they're forgettable. A bit better, thanks. Good. Atlanta's wonderful. Yeah, I like Atlanta. To each their own. I thought it was pretty terrible. Doro just loves Colorado. That's it. That's it. He is just completely cranky anywhere else. That's what it is. Can't handle a city. He cannot. He needs the mountains. Okay, I'm numbering them so that I know that indeed I haven't been to this many. He just cannot. Oh my god, there's 20! Technically I've been to Washington, but I want to count them. I want to keep it in the list of, because I want to go there and actually explore. Technically I've been to some of these, but I'm not counting it as been there, just because oh my god. Montana, Wyoming. Should I go to Wyoming? New Mexico, Idaho, Iowa, Missouri, Oklahoma, Arkansas. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. There is, yeah. I don't know what it is though. It was always there. EY stream. Hello. You like Destin, Florida? I do like it as well, and I've also been there for work. Colorado, can't go to Boulder, too many gangs there. Living in the USA since 2 years and lived all my life in France as a French. Looks all the states of USA the same road, same food, same chain. I've only ever been to France, near Lyon, Saint Etienne. Combat sport. Aw, you must miss France a lot. Maybe you like New England. It's not, you have to explore a little bit within the cities, I think. That might be where you find some differences. But yeah, I mean, if you're taking the highways everywhere, the roads do look extremely similar everywhere. And there's gonna be McDonald's and all of that by the road because, you know, people drive here a lot, they want to eat and, you know, stop and use the bathroom, things like that. So the US does have a very good infrastructure of roads and capability of, you know, going from one place to another through the roads, but that also gives it a very similar look everywhere. I understand that for sure. It's a lot of space, right? So yeah, I think that the devil is in the detail really in the US. You have to like visit more cities and get more of the culture of each one in a little bit more detail in order to in order to understand the more culture part. But at the same time, I could see, like, coming from Europe, where everything is so well connected and small, going places with just trains and stuff is so much easier there. I could see how the US is probably a little overwhelming in terms of so much to cover that you would cover with roads and highways if you're driving. I don't know. See, I'm not a big driver, so I would take flights and land in a city like Chicago or Seattle, like I wouldn't want to drive there. Um, don't say McDonald's. Where I can walk and meet people naturally outside, like in Europe, I saw that only in New York. Yeah, yeah. I know exactly what you mean. I think New York, maybe Boston too, to some extent. I would say um, Boston is considered very walkable. So pretty much, I think you'd have to live in a city and sort of kind of like closer to the city part of the city. The American suburban life, like where you live in the suburbs of America and you have to drive everywhere and everybody's just in their homes doing family life and work. That's the sort of life that can be very boring or lonely for people coming from Europe, because in America, it's like for people who have families and hobbies and they love their houses and cars and they want to drive everywhere and go to work and come back and just do their home life basically, right? They might go on vacations, but it's a lot of like work culture, family culture, you know, um, like family as in everybody's busy within their own family unit, and so they're not gonna necessarily like go outside and make friends very intentionally all the time. But I think where I'm like pointing the camera at something because Baji's gone from the couch. I think where you might make friends is probably, again, I think you'd have to like pick some kind of activity or groups. Basically, there are plenty of like groups and things that if you join, then you'd probably start to do a lot of activities within those groups. And once you kind of settle down in a city and make some friends, you have more of a social life, basically, right? But because the US is so big, first of all, I think it's overwhelming for most people to decide like where do I want to go, what do I want to do. Everything requires driving. That was definitely the case for me, but also like I came to the US for education and then stayed for further education and jobs and things, right? So I was also like really busy with all that, so I think that also made it so that I'm more Americanized in that sense, because America's all about like goals and work. Like that's what people are kind of busy with usually. So if you want to make friends, you have to be much more intentional here. Like you have to pick certain activities, groups, and like go actually do it with them. You can, but there's also people. So like you can go join people for hikes if you want that, or some other activity, dancing, something else. Because um yeah. Plenty of cities. You're right, Boston. I already spent 2 weeks in Boston. It's walkable, as you said. This stream is great. Thank you. Go to Atlanta, where I can walk and meet people. Yeah, the bigger cities will be good, basically. But you have to kind of live intentionally as well. You're right, Boston. I already spent. Yeah, I think Boston is walkable. I've been to quite a few cities, and I think Boston is very walkable. Of course, in the winter weather, you just need a really good coat, probably a bunch of coats in Boston, and make sure you're warm as well. As you said, people of my neighborhood don't know each other while they have been neighbors for 15 years. Yeah, exactly. Gladys, hi. Hi, Gladys. Yeah, so I think one mistake that people do in the US. So US is all about building your dream life, getting a house, getting a car, having a really good job, making a lot of money, maybe starting your family. That type of stuff is what most people think the US is for. like making a dream life, right? Quote in quotes, where you make a bunch of money, you buy a house, buy a car, but it's also kind of isolating to do that if you're not intentional about going out and making friends and doing activities. And if you're used to more activities and more social connectedness, then the US will be very isolating. And I think the dream life often goes with moving to the suburbs. And I myself kind of did that at one point too, where, like, just the homes and stuff, if you're trying to buy, it's going to be sort of like out of the city or not in the exact heart of the city, right? But the heart of the city is where like more activities are and more people who might want to hang out are. So in the neighborhoods and suburbs, it's like ditto, same everywhere. Even Massachusetts, the suburbs are very much like any other suburbs in the US. And yeah, as you said, people might not be. Where are you? Oh, there's something going on here. 600 seconds. You might not be making as many friends. Now, I will say, there are neighborhoods though that are sort of like communities, like lots of townhomes, lots of even standalone houses. Do you know that? Like there are, for example, a neighborhood in North Carolina is coming to mind where I know that a lot of it's a community. Basically, it's like 500 homes in a community, right? And sort of like the people who live there are a little bit older. It's not like super old. It's like they might be retired or so. There's going to be some younger people too, working people. Basically, the middle-aged people and retired people live in this neighborhood, in this community, right? And they have a bunch of activities through which the neighbors do actually know each other and meet each other. So I think America is also good for that. Like if you want to live very comfortably in some nice community where it's affordable, because there are so many states and the cost of living is very different everywhere. And you could like pick a more cheaper state to live in, but if you have to be like make sure that you're finding the community that you want to be in, because you could find one that's pretty active and everybody knows everybody in that neighborhood, or you could be stuck in a neighborhood where the neighbors are like not really throwing any parties or doing any specific activities that where you would make friends. But I know places in the US all over, actually in Georgia too, I heard. Yeah, yeah. I know in Georgia, for example, too, outside of Atlanta, so not even in Atlanta, but outside of Atlanta, there are neighborhoods where they throw a bunch of neighborhood parties and they have these communities and people know each other. And yes, absolutely. No, this is a very good thing you've brought up because it's very important. And I do find that in the US, you have to be very intentional about your, like what kind of life you want to have basically and how much, community and social interactions you want and how to do it. We are human beings done genetically to socialize at a daily basis, not only naturally in specific activities. That's why depression and mental disorders are so common statistically here. Yeah, I don't know if depression is more common in the US than Europe. I actually don't know that, but it could be. And you're right, this might be it. I do think that sometimes, like, there can be sort of a lack of balance between the goals and work and stuff that we're trying to do along with the community and lifestyle that we would more healthily be able to have. So I do think that, yes, after being here for a number of years, a lot of which was spent doing very sort of intense studying and jobs and things like that. On the one hand, I feel like America is really good if you're ambitious. If you have a goal, you can meet it here, I feel. Like it's very good for the people who are like really work focused. It's very good for those people. I don't know for those people if there are other places that are better, to be totally honest. It's very good if you're ambitious, want to make a bunch of money, and not even money, just any kind of work. If you really want to get it done, I feel like it's possible here. And because that's, can't really say the same for everywhere else, it was enough for me, enough motivation for me to like move here, live here, you know? Um, yeah. Okay. See you, Doro. Non-natives. Yeah, I mean the non-natives have their own takes for sure. But yeah, anyway, I think it's good for the ambitious people. I think I think I made one video on TikTok at one point and I said that America is good for making money and Europe is good for spending it. Um, gonna get going to need sleep. Take care. Good night. Good night, Reese, and take care. I like learning here. You're a cool teacher. Thank you. Basically, for the people who are coming from other places, I would say make money in America, but keep your like keep an open mind as far as like fun activities too. Like, yeah, take those trips back to France and other places in Europe, and you know, make sure you're happy in the way you're spending your money. I think it's easy to spend money on in America that's not as fulfilling. It's possible to accomplish your dreams here making a lot of money, but because the US has the dollars imposed by army to the whole world. Morning for me. Good morning. Because the US has the dollars imposed by army to the whole world. I don't know what that means. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the imposed by army means, but yeah, I think if you want community, you might want to live closer to the city and go and do activities that are like choose like groups and things like that to do activities with, because I think like living in the suburbs can be a little lonely for people who are not from here, just because the suburbs are very I don't know. Yeah. If you find your community, if you find friends, then it's fine, I think. But if you want more of a city life and going out and doing things, then I prefer to be closer to the city, or at least having some level of access to a more of an urban life. And if I have to deal with a few more shenanigans because of that, such as parking, I'm like okay with that. I like I'm picking and choosing what I want versus what is, what I have to deal with. Hi, how are you? Nausat, how are you? See, Baji has gone upstairs, so I'm looking at this painting here. How are you? I'm gonna get going to in a bit here. But how are you guys? Oh, yeah. Oh, then it's perfect. I criticize, but American lifestyle is good for me because I already have my children, wife, so I don't really need socializing, but I'm just thinking of young people like you. Oh yeah. Dude, it's like really good for family life, I think. You can buy like big houses, have driveways, have multiple cars, multi-car garages. I mean, for raising families with a lot of space and things like that, it's good, right? So, but yeah, if you want friends, just make sure that you also make friends and do certain activities that would lead to having friends. And that's true for like young people and old people, I think, or, older people, middle-aged, whatever. I think it's just gotta make sure that gotta live with some intention because it's very big. You could almost have too many options or no options. So just gotta, plan it out. Whereas I will say, like in Europe, every city, all the places have so much history, so much culture. I feel like even if I didn't have friends there, first of all, I would probably make friends. But like even if I didn't have friends there in Europe, I just find I find everything to be so interesting, full of history and culture. I would not be bored. So I think that's the big difference too between Europe and America is that Europe has so much history. So I love visiting. I don't know if I would want to live there, but I love to visit. So it's cool to have somebody from France on the live stream. I think cool to see everybody's takes here, but the American people might be making fun of our conversation or something. I don't know what yeah. Americans are obviously Americans probably do like America. I don't know. But also sometimes you might meet Americans that have just never left America, so they don't know what they're missing. They don't really know what they don't know. You know what I mean? They don't know what they don't know. And why would they need to? There are 50 states here. They could just keep on you could just keep on exploring America forever, right? So there's an argument to be made on both sides. They don't know what they're missing. Taste a croissant, then come back. Oh, jeez. Tell Dora to come back. Guy said he's been all over. They don't know what they don't know. They don't know what they don't know. They don't know what they don't. Exactly. Oh, please. I can't stand when people are like, America. I get it. The US is pretty great for a lot of things, but have you spent an entire day just touring castles? And have you had a pastry in your life? Like, I think it's important to appreciate all the cultures and all of the things. And this planet is of course more than just our country. Grimmy told me to come back. Yeah, Doro, tell us about your America takes. Do it quick because I gotta go. Or you can do it next live stream. I like hearing from both types of people. I mean, Doro can teach us about America, and Combat can teach us about France. In fact, Combat, can you give me some tips on Paris? I want to go there soon. I've been all over. Okay. Be quiet and hit the gym. There you go. See? The gym. So many gyms in the US. All Americans I've met, whatever their color, are really nice. Aww, look at Combat. That's very nice of you to say. We're not all nice, but that's nice of you to think that we're nice. I think for the most part, America is friendly. I will say, I think American people overall are more friendly. Overall can be more friendly. Yes, for sure. There are definitely weirdness as well, but overall, pretty friendly people for the most part, I would say. Especially if you integrate pretty well into the culture here, then it's not too bad to keep on interacting with most Americans. They'll probably be mostly friendly. They might have certain weirdnesses towards you, but you can still get along. Foreigners have different takes. Yeah, that's right. I think I like Boston too, combat, because I'm basically like a foreigner, right? And Boston has a lot of foreigners, so I don't feel like I stand out as much as I would have, well, as much as I freaking did in like Ohio or North Carolina. So I think for me, that's another big reason why I'm in Boston. It's really not, I'm really not that weird here. I'm actually pretty normal here. But like I think I'm even more normal in like London. You know what I mean? It's just uh it's just relative, basically. It's relative. Everything is relative. But also, Grimmy, I will say that if you love driving a lot, then America, you know? That's another thing I have. I can't just drive for 12 hours like the normal average American. So for me, America is not as accessible as it is to like the Native Americans. And I mean the native people of this country who like grew up here and started driving when they were minus 13 years old. So they have a lot of skills, I will say that. Lots of life skills here in the US. People and their driving here make me feel very impressed. Almost a little like, what on earth? How can people drive so much here? Grimmy, are you like a drive all over the country kind of person? Tell me the longest you've ever driven. I'm always impressed. Like, truly, if there's one thing I'm impressed by the American people, it's their ability to drive endlessly, to be honest. Like, I can't believe how much people drive here. I can't believe it. They drive everywhere. They don't take flights, they drive. They don't have trains, they don't have planes. I mean, they do, but I feel like people drive here so much. Oh my gosh! The French have a great skill surrendering. Shut up. Don't be like that. Do you gotta make everything about military? Oh yeah, that's really important here too. Do you gotta make everything about that? Dollars and defense, very important. Jesus. Don't pull my don't pull my French friend's leg. Don't you dare. I didn't really get what that meant. The U.S. Army enforces the dollar. I don't know what this means. Like, do you mean that the economy in the world is affected a lot by the dollar's value? Or what are we? I don't know what that means. My man Dora just let it happen, didn't even mock him. It's okay. Let him be. Let Dora be. Let France be. Let you be. Let the dollar be. Let the dollar do its thing, okay? And let's not start, or let's not, what am I even saying? Let's not start a war. Thank you. Don't need any more of those. We need to tell the French what's up. He's in America now. Just thank him for pastries and move on. He's in the US now. So make him feel welcome in the US. He's been living here for 2 years. There's pastries. There's you do know that, you know, radium and polonium were discovered in France by Marie Curie, a French scientist, even though she's actually from Poland. You do know that you know, that type of stuff is a contribution from the work in France, right? I'm trying to say, France, speak up. I can't talk about France all day long. But yes, I have covered on this channel how Marie Curie, who worked in France, discovered both radium and polonium. She is the only person in the world, as far as I know, who got the Nobel Prize in both physics and chemistry. Oh God, they caused the eventual nuclear holocaust. Okay there, Ronald. But like, if you like war, which Grimmy probably does, you do know about contributions of other people and countries. But yeah, I can probably make a case about anyone from anywhere. So, France, do something to speak up. Speak up about yourself. Oh, shoot. You know what? I gotta go. My battery's low. I gotta go. My battery is low. I will catch you guys later. Bye.